What's going on, YouTube? So I'm excited. I'm gonna start something new this week. Basically, I want to help people get into riding motorcycles and taking adventures and getting out and exploring something new. It's been on roads that they've never been on before. And this could be any kind of bike. This could be on a cruiser. This could be on a sport bike. This could be on a dual sport and adventure bike. Those little Groms that people ride are fun little machines. Just getting out and experiencing life on two wheels. So recently, I was talking about this with some people, and I just decided, hey, I'm going to do something to where getting into two wheels on a budget. So that's what I did. I've got on Facebook. I've taken a look around different bikes, from little shit box to really nice bikes and everything in between. I wanted to kind of take it from, all right, we've mowed yards all summer and we got a little change in our pocket extra working. So you've mowed yards on the side of your regular job because you had a goal in mind, or you got a bonus and you want to spend the bonus on getting into motorcycles. So we're going to approach this from, you've got a little bit of savings and you're going to look for a quality bike to get into the community of motorcycles, and you want to get the best bang for your buck. So started having conversations with people, started looking around on Facebook and the marketplace, and we went from there. Went on Craigslist. We went and just called people up that I knew that had stuff for sale. Kind of excited because this is what I have found. So let's go take a look. Oh, turn the truck off so y'all can hear and not hear just the truck rattle. So here we are. We're gonna take a look around. So I didn't want to get into something that was super expensive. I didn't want to get it. I wanted to get something that was easy to fix if it needed work, and because there's stuff out there that doesn't need work, that you could have adventures on. And when I say adventures, I just mean getting into anything and everything. And getting down the interstate, wanted something safe, something that I didn't have to sink a lot of money into because we're working on a budget, right? So had a conversation with someone while at work, just a happenstance conversation, and this is what we came home with. So it's a 2004 Honda VTX 1300. It's a carbureted bike. It's not been started in a year. So it's not really a garage find. It's more along the lines of, we're going to get it back on the road after it's had a dead battery for a year. It's not been ran. This guy takes really amazing care of his vehicles. So I'm hoping that we can basically just go through the motions, check everything, change the fluids. Tires are in really good shape. I think he said they were 3 years old. Don't know. I mean, it's been in a garage for 3 years. The last time it was started was a year ago, but it's not been ridden for 3 years. So minimal miles. Like I said, it's a 2004, but he said he hadn't rode it much. He was thinking that it was 19,000 miles. Couldn't even get it to turn on. That's how dead the battery is. So we're going to start with the battery and go from there. As soon as we get this thing off the trailer, then my trailer gate was it's in need of some repair. So I'm going to get it unloaded safely without having to hold a camera and all that jazz. and as soon as we get it off the trailer, then y'all will be right back with me. I'm gonna start with taking the seat off. I have never worked on a Honda. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have some okay mechanical skills, but we have YouTube, so we will learn from that. All right, y'all stand by. Be back with you in a second. Well, that went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. I thought it was gonna get stuck on my gate. So here we go. 2004 Honda VTX 1300. The only scratch I can find on the whole bike is right here under this sticker, which I actually didn't see it. He just told me about it. So it's a pretty good scratch. He told me it was. Got into the plastic. Now I tried to get it started, or not started, I tried to turn it on. Got about a half a tank of fuel. Saddlebags are aftermarket. It's got some other little aftermarkets like the foot pegs, some other stuff. He gave me quite a bit of stuff with it. So, I don't know, let's dig in and see what we got. Well, it's really clean. I mean, it's dirty and dusty from sitting in a garage for 3 years, but other than that, man, it's almost showroom condition other than that scratch. So keys on, no power. Turn that off. Well, the seat bolt was only hand tight. I'm so surprised. So I told you, I started this with the idea that I wanted to do a budget motorcycle. So we're operating on a bike, or I'm sorry, we're working on a bike that is 19 years old, but in immaculate condition for the year. Garage kept its whole life, one owner. And I asked him before I loaded it, I said, any chance you put Sta-Bil or any kind of fuel stabilizer in the engine or in the gas tank? And he said, yeah. So that was amazing. You know, let's hook this up and see if we get any juice. I might actually be able to fit these on here. Maybe not. Barely. Usually on these little batteries, you're not going to get these big clips on here. But, oh. Let's see what we get. Got a little bit on there. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna let this sit and I'm gonna get back to y'all here in a little bit because it's already went up 1/10 of a volt. So let's just see what we can get. I might come back to it tomorrow, but y'all hang out. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so it's like 2 days later. All right, guys, so it's like 2 days later. And the battery's really not taking a charge. It took some, but not much, which means it's got a dead cell. It's up to 9 volts. That's it. That's it. So, what we can do is put it on boil and see what we got. So, I've got lights, I've got miles, so I'm gonna let y'all hang around to the end of the video to let you know how much I paid for the bike. But I'll tell you this, it's a 2004 and it's got 19,000 miles on it. You can see how great a shape it's in. It's got this one mark down here, this one scratch in the saddlebag. And obviously these aren't factory saddlebags, but they look good for what the bike is. It matches the bike really well. There's some other little things on there, but like I said, it's got 19,000 miles on it. So we're gonna turn the petcock, pull the choke, see what happens. Well, it wants to. Let's give that a minute. Let's see what happens. So, I got really excited just then. Like I said, I'm just trying to see if it will fire off. It's got some oil in it that's a few years old. We're going to change that. The gas in it, it's about half full. I think he said it's a year old, which he said he put Stay-Bill in it, so that's good. And the battery, if it's got a sticker on it, then it's on the side. I can't see it. I'm looking at the top right now. But the bike's in such great shape. It's got a windshield, aftermarket highway pegs, oversight. Yeah, I think the passenger pegs are aftermarket. Aftermarket Corbin seat that is really comfortable. This was a heck of a find, guys, and they are out there, trust me. I've seen a couple more really good buys. I messaged somebody about a 2019 Suzuki, and they're wanting, it's not as budget friendly as this bike was, obviously. It's a 2019, but it is, I think they said they wanted $6,000 for it. So depending on, you know, where you're at, it's a really good starter bike. It was a Suzuki Boulevard C50, which I believe is 800. The engine size is an 800, but I'm excited about this. It's an 04 and it's in this great a shape with 19,000 miles, guys. So let's see what happens. It's got to boil for 42 more seconds. The last time it was tagged, so the last time it was drove was 2018. That's the last time it was on the roadway. He said the last time he started it was a year ago, and I think that's when he put the new gas in it. I don't think the battery is that old. I think the battery is just a year or two old. I can't remember what he told me about that, but he gave me so much extra stuff with this thing too. I got a couple of helmets, a cover. It's got every piece of paperwork that's ever come with a bike. Both keys, saddlebags. I'm sorry, the saddlebag keys. Let's try this one more time. So, sorry about that, guys. I had to do a firmware update on my GoPro. I couldn't get it to work. We're going to slap the seat on. We're going to get out, just go around the block is all we're going to do. All right, so it has rained, but the battery charger, I think, is done reconditioning the battery. So looks like I've got 13.6 volts. Not sure if that's textbook or not, but let's see what happens. Now before, when I tried to start it a little bit ago, it wouldn't turn over. Didn't even push it in then. So I think we're running into let's look at some stuff. I think we're running into a fuel issue. I don't think it's going to be an air filter issue. I think it's going to be jets. but we can still check. So what I'm doing here is I'm just checking to make sure the airflow is clear. That's all we're gonna do. I'm dropping stuff. It happens. This thing ain't wanting to come out. Clean as can be. It's a little dirty, not much. bike that runs, at least at half choke. I'm losing light after our little rain. I didn't even get the bike covered up. But the bike runs with a reconditioned battery. This is exciting. Alright, so minimal skills, not a lot of money, a battery charger, and some $10 Allen wrenches. You're well on your way. So for real though, people, don't be afraid of it. The deals are out there. Just go find them. Careful. I'm gonna let this go for tonight. We'll work on a little bit more tomorrow. I'm excited. We might get it on the road tomorrow. All right, I'll see y'all then. All right, everybody, I had to reposition the bike. It's the next day. Wanted to end the video by showing you exactly what we bought and how much it cost, since this is the budget series. And so the bike itself, when I bought it, he gave me pretty much everything that he wanted with, or I'm sorry, pretty much everything that he had to go with it. So we've got helmets, we've got a suitcase, we've got some other stuff. Really, it was the best thing ever. Now with helmets, you have to be a little careful depending on the age of them. If you're in a helmet while state, obviously. The bike runs, so we've got a running bike. It's running rough, but we have a running bike. Let me grab some of this stuff. Don't make fun of what I put it in, because so I keep a bread tray in the back of my truck just to keep small things from moving around in the bed. Alright, so here's what we've got. We've got a saddle stow by Saddleman. Saddleman's a pretty good brand, really good brand actually. Just got some random doodads and stuff in it. We've got some LED lights, looks like. Yeah, just in general. This is the cover, the rain fly that goes all over the pack while you're traveling. Nothing there. Pair of chaps. There's that. Couple helmets. We've got Kyriokin speakers. So these are not the Bluetooth, these are plug-ins. Those are nice. These actually sound really good. I've heard them on another bike. I think the neighbor's dog got out. Got a rain cover. Pair of shades. We've got elastic netting, a cup holder, boot clips, straps. Those are meant to hold your pant legs down in the wind. This is every bolt, screw, and reflector, washer, Allen wrench that has come with anything he's bought for the bike or needed to work on the bike. This is every piece of paperwork for the bike that came with it when he bought it or that he's picked up along the way. So any work that he's ever had done to the bike. So here's a receipt on where he had nitrogen put in the tires. So that's just an example of things that he's kept up with. So there you go. With everything here that I've showed you, we picked up this bike for $2,800. Now, like I said, everybody's budget's a little different, but I wanted the best bang for the buck. Not a lot of people can afford $2,800. I get it. I was looking this morning. There's I can't remember what year it is, but it was an older 80s Honda. I think it's 650, and it was $1,400. But there was something up with the title, so you ran into issues with titling. It was an out-of-state title. Not sure exactly what it is. Some people know all about that stuff. I don't know how difficult it would have been to switch a title over from one state to another. I don't think it was that easy. I think there was something involved in the title that was going to make it hard. $2,800. You got everything you need right here to take a trip, with the exception of a helmet if it fits your head, or if it's too old, anything like that, because I got a big head, so I take an extra large, intermediate, oval, or a double X, depending on the company. Guys, it don't get no better than this. So if you was to get a bonus, or had a little bit of money saved, or you wanted to pick up some extra yards over the summer break while you were out of school, or anything like that, picked up some overtime at the work, then you could get into motorcycles for $2,800. Now, with that being said, it needs some work. We're going to change the oil, we're going to change the battery, we're going to take a look at the brake fluid, probably going to change it, or at least top it off. We're going to have to take a look inside the carburetor. We're going to change some spark plugs. And these are things that might not even need to be done, but we're going to do them. We'll probably get out by putting about $200 in this, between spark plugs, oil, battery, because I plan on putting a good battery in it. Something reliable. I can't stand having to worry about a battery, but so all in all, we'll have $3,000 in this bike if everything goes as planned. Knock on wood. But $3,000 for a bike that, once I get it running right, you can take, I'm in Tennessee, you can ride California and back on. I was so surprised at how comfortable this seat was. You know, we've got this Corbin seat. I'm sorry, it's over here. This is another thing. So he didn't have the stock seat, but he had this. This is an aftermarket Corbin seat. I have no idea how much it costs, but I know it ain't cheap. With a double backrest, passenger and driver. Got highway pegs, aftermarket. The seat on this passenger rest, if you've got a person riding with you, is amazingly comfortable. It's a little bit on the medium size side. It's not real wide, it's not real skinny. The backrest is great. For me, I haven't sat on the passenger. I'm a little big for that. But this is great. This is a perfect bike for anybody starting out. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. With a little bit of experience getting back into the motorcycle world. The VTX 1300, it's not heavy. It's not light. And it's got some power. So be mindful of that. Make sure you get into your a motorcycle class and get your license, get some practice under your belt. Practice riding this thing in a parking lot before you take off. Safety is going to be a priority, okay? So with that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end. There'll be a next video with me doing all the things to the bike that I said I was going to do. So get the motorcycles on a budget, keep the shiny side up, get out and explore something. Enjoy these beautiful days we've got, okay? Hope to see everybody soon. Comment, like, share, subscribe. If you got any helpful comments, please put them below. If you got any, well, comments at all, put them below. I can take it. Y'all have a good weekend.